call to order the City Council regular meeting for the City of Wyoming, Minnesota, September 7th, 2021. Let the record reflect, we do have a quorum. Member Yeager, Member Schilling, Member Onstad, Member Luger, and Mayor Iverson are present. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance led by Member Schilling, a veteran and council member.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Next on our agenda is open forum. It's an opportunity for members of the public to address the City Council on items that are or are not on the current agenda. Items requiring council action may be deferred to staff or boards and commissions for research and future council agendas if appropriate. You will be limited to 3 minutes, and we ask that you conduct yourself in a professional, courteous manner and refrain from the use of profanity. Failure to abide by this policy may result in the loss of your privilege to speak. It looks like we have 2 people. Nicholas, oh, just one?
Just the first one.
Got it. Mr. Rohn, if I pronounce that right?
Oh, yeah.
And then if you can give your address, your full name address, that would be great.
Is it right here?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for allowing me to speak. So my name is Nicholas Rooney. I live in Liberty Ponds Association, 24265 Humboldt Avenue North. Technically a Forest Lake address, 55025. I just come tonight just to get a little bit of information. So within the last year, I have joined the Stagecoach Association. I'm the treasurer there, and so we're required to go to a couple meetings a year for the entire FLA meetings. So I went to one, I believe it was a couple months ago, and just listening to the financials for their pull tabs, it was brought up that they're paying the city of Wyoming approximately $10,000 a month. I don't know if it's a tax, a fee, or what that might be. It also was brought that that's the only city that charges that particular fee or tax. And I guess my question is simply, for taking that money from the youth, just curious where it is going, and that's that whole thing. So.
Okay, do you want to just hold up a second? And Mr. Linwood, can you answer that?
Certainly. I think we'd have to do a little due diligence to see if that is the annual. I'm not sure there is a component, most definitively, that our ordinance allows for lawful gambling of that percentage. I'm not sure in regards to if we're the only city within the district, I guess, of FLA where you go that is the case. But any lawful gambling, those proceeds, it's outlined in our ordinance what those funds can be used for. So and then the gambling fund is also controlled by state statute. So it usually has to be associated with youth for any of those funds and dollars, how they can be spent by the city.
And then Mr. Linwood, could you check on that and get back to Mr. Ronan then, and with that information?
Certainly, we could look at our, we do receive funds. Like I said, we can verify that it is $10,000 a month. I didn't think it was quite that much, but it certainly could be. And then, sure.
Yeah.
And then we can check around too to see if we are in fact one of the only cities. But that is our VR city ordinance. That is correct.
And do you prefer a phone call or email?
Email would be great.
Okay.
And I can follow up.
Perfect.
Sure. I can get your email information stuff.
Great. Thank you for coming up. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there anybody else that would like to speak that didn't get their name down? It's nice to have smiling faces up front. All right. So we'll move on from that. Last chance? Well, all right. We'll move on from there. Number 1 on our agenda, approval of minutes. Consider approving the minutes of the regular meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for August 17th, 2021. If there are no comments or questions, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Number 2 on our agenda, consider approving the minutes of the work session meeting of the Wyoming, Minnesota City Council for August 25th, 2021. If there are no comments or questions, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by Member Luger. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second by Member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. Next on our agenda is the consent agenda, number 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Does any members wish to pull an item from the consent agenda? Seeing nobody wishes to pull an item, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
We have a motion to approve by member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by member Luger. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. We'll move on to agenda item 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. Does anyone wish to pull an item from the reports? I will pull number 14. Is there anything else? Oh, okay. So number 14 is report of the Public Works Superintendent, Mr. Almgeld, for September 7, 2021. Mr. Almgeld, I understand we received an award.
Yes, we did, for the 2021 Leadership Award for chloride reduction, and we got that through a 2021 SALT Symposium. Yes, we're very, very grateful for council leadership to it and allowing us to get the assets we needed to get it done.
Can you explain just briefly one more time kind of the steps that you did that came to that award and what we've changed here in the city?
Sure, so using our salt budget that we currently had, we reduced 100 tons of salt usage. We're buying 400 tons and now we buy 300 tons. And that's a cost savings of $10,000 a year. And so then in the second year of the budget, we used the $10,000 savings to equip 2 more trucks with brine equipment and stuff. And through the 1.5-year process, we got all of our equipment. Little innovation from our employees. They got a brine making machine from Anoka County after they purchased a new one. So we got their old one. It was a team effort the whole way, and we got it done.
Perfect. And Mr. Almgeld, how would you say the brining is doing? Because I've received a lot less questions or calls regarding it this last winter, and that was the first. Didn't we kind of use it towards the middle of winter? I'm trying to remember the.
Well, we used it. We had smaller equipment that we used, but then now we have a fire truck and stuff to pre-wet the streets, and that seems to be the key. The pre-wetting. Our complaints of the icy conditions went way down. Even people who walk a lot too. Here you have to walk on some streets. They thought they were less slippery. And we had just good comments, nothing negative.
Great, thank you. I'm very excited. It was great press in the paper, and you thanked all your staff, and council appreciates it too. So thank you.
Thank you.
Number 15 on our agenda is city utility late fee. Ms. Dumas, are you taking that tonight?
Yes, I am. Thank you, Mayor. Mayor, members of the City Council, this is just a communication update, kind of reminding the Council of some past actions that were taken as a part of our COVID-19 response. When the pandemic originally hit, the Wyoming City Council followed what many other communities also did, where we stopped adding late fees onto utility payments as a part of trying to help support residents who were experiencing some financial hardship caused by the pandemic. A couple times throughout the pandemic, that initiative was extended, but it will expire, or it has expired at the end of the second quarter of this year. So we're just letting the council know that this upcoming billing cycle, those late fees will return to resident bills. Currently, the city has 761 accounts that do have outstanding balances. 387 of those are over our $25 threshold, and at the end of the year, we will be reaching out to all the people on that list to notify them that if they do not pay, that will be added to their assessment. They'll be assessed for that. And with that, I'll stand for questions.
All right. Member Yeager, any questions?
No questions.
Member Schilling?
No questions, thank you.
Member Onstad?
No questions.
Member Luger?
No questions.
And I have no questions either. Thank you. Number 16, old business on our agenda to consider Resolution 21-08-77, authorizing the purchase of the John Deere Gator from Frontier Ag and Turf for the purchase price of $15,464.70, less $3,800 trade-in value of the 26 Polaris Ranger for the final purchase price of $11,664.73. Mr. Almgeld?
Thank you, Mayor, council members. On August 4th, city council meeting, the resolution 210877 was tabled so that Public Works could look for different vendors for a less expensive purchase than the 2021 Polaris Ranger that we had proposed. So we out and did a diligent search and we found a 2021 John Deere Gator, and that's what we selected for your consideration. The search was conducted, it had a direct connection with COVID-19. Because we found models that were, you could buy the base unit like Arctic Cat and Havocs, but you could not buy any accessories, and there's no date of when you can get the accessories. And then vice versa, you can, different models like Can-Am, you could buy the accessories, but you can't buy the base model because 2021s are gone, 2022s are not here. They're factory burned now. There's all kinds of crazy stuff in the four-wheeler market. So this John Deere Gator is more of a work vehicle, we felt, than the Polaris Ranger, as all four tires have suspension, are independent, and so you can drive over curbs and stuff easily. The base price is more than the Polaris Ranger, but the trade-in value of our old unit is also larger. The trade-in value from Tulsa was $3,000, and from Frontier Ag is offering $3,800 for our Polaris Ranger that we have. So the John Deere Gator final price with Sourcewell pricing is $11,664.73, and this is $258.17 less expensive than the Ranger, and we had budgeted $12,000 for the unit.
Thank you. Mr. Almgeld, can you remind council again exactly what you'll be using this John Deere Gator for? Because this has been about 6 weeks. We've kind of been talking about it, maybe a little longer.
Yes, so the four-wheeler we currently have and this unit that we're going to purchase, they have cabs on them with windshields, and so we spray chemicals for weed control, and so it's used a lot on that, and so that it can't get on the operator. We also do the red ball diamond eggs on the ball fields, and you'd haul it out there with this so you don't make depressions in the ball field and stuff with all the weight of a truck or something. And then eventually if we get a plow for it, maybe later on we can look at plowing trails with it, but currently it's mostly used in the park area.
All right, thank you. We'll go around and ask if there are any questions. So Member Luger, we'll start with you.
I have no questions.
Member Onstad,
No questions.
Member Schilling,
No questions, just thank you and good job on that, coming in less on that.
Member Yeager.
What makes this John Deere superior to the Polaris besides the price?
We did like each tire has its own suspension, so when you drive over a curb or something, it does that. The cargo box was larger, and you can take the sides off, so like if you're hauling plywood or something, you can actually tie them down and stuff. That was a different option. But they're pretty similar. I would believe that even some of the parts on all of the ATVs are from the same, like Can-Am has Polaris parts, and John Deere's probably have some Can-Am parts. They're all similar.
I was just wondering.
Yeah, they're very similar.
And probably the biggest difference is the savings.
Correct.
Correct. So, all right, we need a motion to approve Resolution 21-08-77, authorizing the purchase of the John Deere Gator from Frontier Ag and Turf for the purchase price of $15,464.73, less $3,800 trade-in value of the 2016 Polaris Ranger, for the final purchase price of $11,664.73. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Wow, a 3-4. Okay, Member Luger, would you like to make that first?
Sure.
All right, and Member Schilling, would you like to make that second?
Second.
Second, awesome. All right, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, so passed. New business number 16, to consider resolution 21-09-92, a resolution approving a pavement management system rating to be completed by WSB and Associates in the amount of $18,614. Mr. Linwood, you'll be taking this tonight?
I will, Mayor. Thank you. Mayor, members of council, Mr. Erickson had a conflict and could not be with us tonight to present this item, but most of you are all familiar with this item. This is every 3 years we have WSB and Associates go, and they actually go and inventory and rate all of our bituminous paveways within the city. So currently we have, up from 2018, we had approximately 65 miles. We are now up to 68 miles. So this is a really important piece as we go through and we plan out our 5-year CIPs and our road maintenance priorities. It really, as you've seen those reports and in their full completion, they really give an insight to staff and to Public Works and to the council in regards to roads that we may have prioritized in the past higher, or ones that we think may be more urgent. So it really works with all the different tools we have in evaluating our road maintenance and that capital improvement program. So this is a budgeted item, and like I said, something we do every 3 years.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Linwood, you said that in the past it was 65 miles, now we're at 68 miles. Why have we gained 3 miles?
Just new development within the city.
And you said that this item is budgeted for 2021, correct?
Correct.
And how long will it take for this to be completed?
They will start fairly shortly, I believe the end of September, and then we should have a presentation to the council by the end of the year, probably at our first or second meeting within December for all those findings.
Okay. And this is something that this council has started doing over the past 5 years?
I believe this is our third one.
Third one,
So
okay.
this is our third one, so approximately 9 years. So.
Okay. And it's good that we're doing this because we didn't start improving roads or working on our roads. Our first one was 2014.
2014, 2015.
So we do have a lot of roads to catch up on.
We do.
So this has been very helpful.
Certainly is.
Right. And sometimes on this, this plan that we're doing, we have had to take roads that were less or down further for us to do, but things have happened and they've had to move forward,
Right.
correct?
Yeah, I think the council works hard to have that accurate CIP, that 5-year CIP, but there has been times, you're correct, when we've had roads that simply have just had catastrophic instances where they've been blowing apart, or frost, or a spring where things have really taken a turn for the worst, and we've had to prioritize a road ahead of another one. So it's a fluid list, but I think this is a key component in making sure that we're really evaluating all of our roads and prioritizing them appropriately.
Okay. And are residents able to see this when we're done?
Yes, they absolutely will be.
Okay, perfect. We'll go around again, ask questions. Member Schilling, you'll be first.
I have no questions at this time, Mayor.
Member Yeager,
No questions.
Member Onstad,
No questions.
Member Luger.
No questions.
All right. We do need a motion to approve Resolution 21-09-86, approving payment, wrong agenda item. Let's try this again. All right, number 17, to consider Resolution 21-09-92, a resolution approving a pavement management system rating to be completed by WSB and Associates for the amount of $18,614. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion to approve by Member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Member Onstad. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So approved. All right, council reports are next. Let's start with Member Yeager.
Okay, I attended the budget work session on August 25th, and thank you all for coming, and thank you all for watching out there.
All right, Member Schilling.
I also attended the work session on August 25th. Thank you, everybody, for coming in and hopefully watching on YouTube right now.
All right, thank you. Member Onstad.
I attended the work session on the 25th, and the planning meeting was it two weeks ago?
Yeah, I wasn't
Don't know
there.
the date. Yeah, I wasn't. And I'd like to thank everybody for coming. It's great to see people here.
All right, thank you. And to Member Luger.
I also attended the budget work session on the 25th, and thanks everyone for listening.
All right. I attended the work session as well. I also attended the Minnesota Mayors Association meeting. I am now the president of the Mayors Association, which is, I'm very excited about that. Means a lot of, what do I want to say, marketing for the city of Wyoming, so we're excited about that. A couple of things I want to bring up is Stagecoach Days, which is Saturday the 18th. We have our parade. We can't forget about our fireworks in Goodview Park. No pods this year. We're able to sit wherever we want, which is nice. That happens at dusk. We also have vendors and purse bingo from FLA. The Lions will be, I'm going off the top of my head, the Lions will also be doing some things with our kids. We have the art project. What am I missing? A band. We have the band coming?
Multiple bands that day,
Multiple
and then the fireworks will be 9 o'clock, just so it's clear. I know in the past we've had dusk and 9, but it will be right around 9 o'clock.
Okay, perfect. And then the other thing I really want to do is give a huge shout out and thank you to Union House, to Janine Sachs, for the donations to our fire and to our Veterans Memorial Park. Just for the record, we're at $213,000 raised, and out of our $350,000 that we're looking to get grants for. The other thing is at Stagecoach Days, we are going to be doing Buy a Brick. So that's a new program for the Veterans Memorial Park, is you'll be able to purchase a brick. It will be engraved. We haven't picked out the color yet, but you'll be able to have an engraving on it, and there's still more plans to come. But we're pretty excited to finally be able to roll that out. Each of the council members will be at our booth at Stagecoach Days, and we'll be able to answer any questions you might have, whether it's about the veterans or anything else that's going on within the city of Wyoming. We also are having a history walk too. It's not just all veterans, but also the history walk. I think that's it. Yes? Okay.
I think so.
I think so. Awesome. All right. So with that, I do need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
We have a motion to adjourn from Member Schilling. Do we have a second?
Second.
I was going to say everybody wants to stay. Member Luger makes that second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. We are adjourned.